It's now time for the morning show on XL7-TV.
It's time once again for the morning show on XL7-TV. I'm Bob Rechtenwald. This is Scooter, the turkey Scott Kelly.
That just seems a lot weirder to do at that moment in time, but okay.
But it's good.
All right, we're getting ready for Thanksgiving, so that's going to be our new.
All right, so we're gonna back this up a little bit. It's the morning show. I'm Bob Rechtenwald. This is Scooter, Scott Kelly. We had to catch up for yesterday.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't.
Because you missed it yesterday.
I did. I had a lot on my plate yesterday. Give me a break.
I am giving you a break. This is nice.
Yeah, we had David had a call in, and he wasn't feeling good, so it was a lot of last-minute changes.
A lot of last-minute stuff going on yesterday.
But I appreciate
and again
Zador.
last night. And
Zador stepped in yesterday.
Bob Zador sat in here yesterday, yeah.
Did a really good job. I'm very thankful to have him and what he does for us, and always there to help us. So thank you, Bob.
Yeah, it was a good thing, but you missed the yesterday. That he would have fell out of his chair.
I know, I should have done it. I just, it didn't dawn on me, and then I didn't get your text till after. So I'm like, oh, man, I could have messed with him.
He went, what in the world? Oh, it would have been fun.
I think David's going to do the same. What in the heck is that?
Yeah, what is that? But that'd be all right.
That'd be cool.
Change is good. Sometimes.
To a point.
Yeah, sometimes.
To a point. To a point. So how was your evening?
Busy.
Busy?
Yeah, busy evening. Helped with a little youth football last night and went up for a little bit of the girls' junior high game to the 7th grade. Didn't stay very long. Had to get down to the football field, but it wasn't too bad at all. Boy, there's a lot of kids that play youth football around here.
There is.
You know, you helped out with the OFA side Saturday with their championship games and their tournament that they had going on, and then I was asked to come and do some PA stuff for the Storm side. And if those two organizations could ever get together, boy, it would make a huge impact on the way things are done around here. Really would. But yeah, it's a lot of stuff. This is a busy time of the year for a lot of school events right before the holiday, and it's just a good time. But let's go to the Lord for some prayer, and we'll come back and do some weather and community news.
Sounds great.
Brought to you by Roller Funeral Home of Arkansas. With all our respect, it's not just their motto, it's the way they do business. Renata Jenkins Byler and all her staff with the 29 locations in Arkansas, one in Memphis, Tennessee. They're there to help you in your time of need. And now the morning prayer. Lord, we just thank you for who you are in our lives and what you represent to us as a person and as a nation. And Lord, we just pray that you will continue to bless us, keep us safe. Lord, we just pray that that you will be with the people throughout the holiday season, as the holiday season is tough on people that are home alone and have no family to be with them. And Lord, we just pray that you will touch someone to put on their mind to go do something for a stranger and do something for a loved one that they may have not seen or heard from in a long time. Lord, as the weather is nice today, it is supposed to change and become cold, so I pray that you will be with those that are maybe a little leery of turning on their heat because of the cost of electricity and gas right now. Lord, they just need to stay warm and give them the warmth and the comfort that you are able to do. It's in Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Roller Funeral Home of Arkansas, with all our respect. Go see them on Highway 5 North, just past Hospital Drive. See the biggest American flag that you've probably ever seen. Pull in their parking lot. Go talk to them about pre-planning, burial plots, and funeral arrangements. They'd be glad to help you with all their respect. And now it's time for a quick clip from Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z Team, Century 21 Lee Mack Realty here in Mountain Home. 870-405-0793 is their number. Their website is retiredtoarkansas.net. And here's the clip.
Well, folks, have you been trout fishing before?
Not since I was a little kid.
You'll do fine.
Hey, what are you doing?
Aren't you coming along?
See you downriver.
How do you start this motor? I've never been in a boat before.
See you downriver.
Well, folks, have you sold a house before?
Yeah, about 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you'll be okay then.
You sure?
Where are you going?
See you at the closing.
Hey,
At the closing.
We should call the Z-Team.
See you at the closing.
See you at the closing. See you at the closing. I love that part.
Yep. Century 21 Lee Mack Realty, Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z-Team. 870-405-0793 is their phone number. Retiredtoarkansas.net is their website. Go there, click on live views, and this is what you'll see.
Nice and clear this morning.
It is nice and clear. The time change has done one thing. It's give us a color shot in the morning.
And it got rid of some of the fog and stuff that early morning where the sun starts cutting it through.
Yeah. What you're looking at is Cotter, Arkansas from the Marion County, Arkansas side. Off to your left where it's a little bit hazy, that would be Bull Shoals. Off to your right where the sun's coming up, that would be the city of Mountain Home. Straight ahead is the state of Missouri. At about 1 o'clock is the old Witch's Hat Water Tower there as you're going into downtown Cotter. That is a beautiful shot. Let's go to one of them other clicks.
You bet.
Not that one. I don't guess we have any choice.
That one pans. It's gonna. There you got City Hall.
There you go. That's the City Hall of the great city of Cotter, Arkansas. Yep.
It should
maybe move here in just a second.
Yeah, we'll jump over to this one. I'll keep an eye on it and
There you
switch
go.
back. Oh, there it goes. Never mind. That's a great shot right there.
That's the old Rainbow Bridge. Water's just moving right on underneath it. That's a boat launch there with it. Cotter, Arkansas, if you've never been, go out Highway 62 West and just take 62B, and that'll take you on down, and you go across that bridge where you can see that truck going across right now.
I know December 1st, Cotter turns on their Christmas lights, so that should be really nice to see on the camera.
That will be cool. Let's go to the weather temperatures. Mountain Home is 54, Harrison is 56, Batesville is 53, Yellville 54, Marshall 52, Salem, Arkansas is 54, Mountain View, Arkansas 52, Calico Rock 54, West Plains 54, Springfield 58, Poplar Bluff, Missouri is 51, St. Louis, Missouri is 48 degrees. Take a look at the radar. What's this stuff over here, Scooter? You see where my little...
That's the S word. We don't want to talk about that. We don't bring that up here.
Oh, we don't?
No.
But it's snow, and snow's good.
Yeah, Christmas time.
Oh, at Christmas
we still got some time.
Not a whole lot going on around Arkansas. We're going to zoom in and take a look at the state itself. From Rogers to Blytheville, from Fayetteville to Jonesboro, Fort Smith to Memphis, Conway, Little Rock, Hot Springs, Pine Bluff, Texarkana, and Greenville, all of Arkansas seems to be clear. And that will change. I promise you it will change.
Oh, yeah.
Tropical Storm Nicole has made its way across the state of Florida, or will be making its way across the state of Florida. By Friday, it will be covering nearly all the whole state. Then we will probably not get much out of that other than a little bit of cold weather. This is the dense fog, I'm guessing.
Yes, dense fog advisory.
Down in the southwest portion of Arkansas, the northeast portion of Texas, northwest part of Louisiana. All this blue stuff up here, we don't want to talk about that, you say?
No. We're going to let that go.
Yeah.
They can have it. They expect it.
However, that is a winter weather advisory. The 7-day roller coaster. Mostly
That's about
sunny.
it.
Mostly sunny today. High of 79. Low tonight. Low of 56. Tomorrow, high of 73 with a low of 40 with a 40% chance of rain. On Veterans Day, high of 49 degrees. So you're looking at the roller coaster. Low Friday night of 26. High of Saturday is 42. Clear with a low of 22 on Saturday night, and Sunday will be a high of 46. Take a quick peek at the beginning of next week. High Monday will be 47. The high Tuesday will be 47. Lows in the 20s.
You know, you look at the temperatures, and they're not too bad until you get to the Friday night game. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden it just plummets. Mm-hmm. We're going to be cold.
However, one game out of 11 with it being cold is not so bad.
Yeah, I remember being suited up a lot earlier than this and having little heaters going. And
a big heater going. And,
yeah.
Last year's playoff game at Sylvan Hills, in the bleachers, it was cold, it was cold, it was cold. And we had 25-mile-an-hour winds, and no matter what we did, it was cold.
Yeah.
The pollen count. The tree pollen today is none, tomorrow is none, Friday is none. Grass pollen, none today, none tomorrow, none on Friday. And your old buddy ragweed, none today, none tomorrow, and none on Friday.
Probably that time of year we can probably do away with that page.
We might could take that page off. That'd be great.
Bring it back in the spring.
Lake levels and dam reports. Lake Norfolk, 553.15. They are currently generating 1. The full pool is 552, which means that we are currently 1.15 above full pool at Lake Norfolk. Lake Bull Shoals, 655.12, which is 3.88 feet below full pool of 659, and they are currently generating 1 at this time. And that is the weather and the dam and generation reports brought to you by the Z-Team. Bob and Linda Zadora, 870-405-0793, retired to Arkansas.net. These are realtors you can recommend to your friends. I always say they're busy, but never too busy to help you. And right now, we'll take a break. We'll be back in just a moment.
It's a matter of taste, and at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home, delicious taste is all you will find. Enjoy signature crafted pizzas and appetizers, as well as oven-baked sandwiches, quesadillas, salads, pastas, and desserts. When it comes time to relax or meet up with friends, Brick Oven Pizza has you covered. Handmade cocktails and ice-cold beer are always available at their fully stocked bar. No time to dine in? No problem. Call in your order and use Brick Oven's convenient drive-thru window for all your to-go orders. It's a matter of taste at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home.
Have you ever?
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. It's time for some community happenings. Happenings. The big grand...
Not events, happenings.
Happenings.
I like that. Okay,
It's
we'll
just
go
happenings.
with that.
Yep. An event is something... Nah, we'll just... It's
Happenings.
Happenings.
Gotcha.
The Granddaddy, the 70th Annual Lions Club Auction, will run tonight and tomorrow night. They will not be on Friday.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night we'll end it. 6 to 10 nightly. You can watch it here on XL7-TV, or you can watch it online at lionsclubauction.com. You can listen to the auction at 97.9 KTLO FM radio. You can bid by calling in at 870-425-2266, or you can bid online at lionsclubauction.com. They have been moving lots of stuff.
I would recommend, if you guys are getting into this, log in. You can do it right from your phone, lionsclubauction.com, see what's coming up, see what people are bidding on already. You can bid on it now, even before. Because by the time it hits the screen, they're pushing it. I mean, there's deals going right now. They've got so many items that they have to go through. They ain't got a whole lot of time to sit and... Now, people get into a bidding war, that's one thing. We'll just kind of let that hold, but items got to go. They've got to sell one a minute.
That quick?
Yes. I know in the last run, that's what we had for the last hour. We had to get about one a minute sold. So it goes quick, so it helps if you have it on your phone. You can see your items, see what's going on. It kind of helps you keep a little better track.
They've had over 500 items donated by local area businesses. The funds that are raised through this auction help for providing sight care and hearing-related services for those in need in our area. You can make a cash donation directly to the Lions Club by using PayPal, Mountain Home NTM HOME Lions LIONS at gmail.com. Paul Bunyan Breakfast. All you care to eat, scrambled eggs, biscuits and gravy, pancakes, sausage links, coffee and juice, all brought to your table on china with silverware. It's a little different. $8 for adults, $4 for children under 12. Takeout orders are available. It's Saturday, November the 12th, which is this coming Saturday, to benefit the Twin Lakes Literacy Council. They'll be serving from 7:30 to 10:30 at the St. Peter's the Fisherman Catholic Church at 249 Dyer Street here in Mountain Home. World Diabetes Day celebration will be November the 14th, which is Monday from 1 to 5 at the Baxter Health Wellness Education Center, which is at 2545 Highway 5 North here in Mountain Home. For more information, give them a call at 870-508-1765. Anything else you'd like to bring up, Scooter?
No, that's about it. There's a parent meeting Thursday for wrestling, I know.
Parent meeting Thursday, yeah. You know what else is nice?
What's that?
The election's over.
Yes. Election over, and it's a quiet morning. We're good.
Quiet morning, yep. No riots in the streets.
No.
And with that, we're going to take a break. You're watching the morning show on XL7-TV. Dr. Jake Long from Mountain Home Public Schools is here. We're going to visit with him after the break.
Notice every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
At Connor Family Funeral Home, our goal is to provide our friends and neighbors with caring, compassionate services at an affordable price. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that offers a wide range of services to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area and provide many options to memorialize your loved ones and address all the details for a more personalized service. Where compassion and affordability meet, Connor Family Funeral Home in Mountain Home.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon and Resort, your pet is cared for just as they would be at home. 201 Pet Salon and Resort is the only all-suite climate-controlled and air-filtered boarding facility in the area with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. 201 also offers professional grooming services. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home.
Are you looking for the best barbecue in 2 states?
Holy smokes!
Want the meatiest fall-off-the-bone ribs?
Holy smokes!
The most tender and delicious pulled pork?
Holy smokes!
The tastiest brisket in the Ozarks?
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering is the only place you need to go. Dine in, carry out, and the best food for your next catered event.
Holy smokes!
We're your mountain home for great barbecue cooking.
Holy smokes!
A higher calling for your taste buds.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. Dr. Jake Long, Superintendent of Mountain Home Public Schools, is with us this morning. How are you, sir?
I'm good. It's good to be with you guys.
Been a quick month.
It has. And really from this point all the way through the end of the year, it's just like it's a whirlwind. Of course, we have we have about a week and a half left until our Thanksgiving break, and then we'll come back for 3 full weeks of classes, and then we'll go on Christmas break. And so that time does fly by. We pack so much into October that we hardly can see everything that's happening, but there's so much good that is happening. And we're excited to get to this point in the semester. We're getting to a point to where our fall activities are wrapping up, and they're not all done yet, but the fall activities are wrapping up, and then of course the winter activities are kicking off, and so it's a good time for kids to be involved in so many things.
And there are lots of things for them to be involved in.
Yes, there is. And just wanted to take a minute or two here and recap a couple things. Number one, we have a state championship cross-country team within the boys, the Bombers, and the team, and that's they are the 6A champions there. A great team. Our cross-country team in the past 20 years, I believe, and Mitch was telling me this, so I may not get it exactly right, but our cross-country team in the past 20 years have had 10 championships and 10 runners-up over the past 20 years.
Wow.
And so the dynasty-ish type scenario in which Mountain Home is known for with their cross-country teams is definitely being established. I love hearing about the races and seeing the guys, the guys and girls. Our girls finished 4th in the state, and so they had a fantastic season as well. But they put in so much work.
Mm-hmm.
You go around there and you go around the schools pretty much any morning through the summer, through the school year, after school, you're going to see a group of kids, running, across the sidewalks, and they're putting in those miles, and the coaches have come up with ways of connecting them, creating that level of commitment, dedication, and it's a sport that is it's a lifelong sport, and it's something that they're able to carry on even beyond school. So many we have several runners participating at the college level through cross country, and it's just great to see their success.
And you said a mouthful there. We've got a lot of them that are running at the next level. For several years back, they've gone on
That's right.
to run out.
That's right. So definitely wanted to highlight our cross-country teams and all the work and the success that they've had. Of course, our Bomber football team. I mean, they're headed to the playoffs for the 3rd year in a row. After is a rough season full of adversity, but the Bombers have come on strong here at the end and put themselves in a position where I really kind of like our chances. On Friday
the
night,
motto of the team that was set at the beginning of the season was "Find a way."
Mm-hmm.
And they were able to do that.
Yeah.
3 years in a row they have found a way to get
right.
into the playoffs. And if they make it to the second round into the playoffs, that will be a feat that hasn't been done in a long time.
That's right.
3
That's
years
right.
in a row.
That's right. And so there's a lot of good things happening there. I wanted to take a second here and talk a little bit more in depth. I'm going to have to bring up some specifics here with it. But tomorrow at 9 a.m. is our annual Veterans Assembly. And so that Veterans Assembly is the Freedom Isn't Free Assembly. And so our ROTC has a large part to do in putting this on. Mm-hmm. For obvious reasons. But our ROTC is definitely growing. We're in a position where that program will, as long as everything stays on track the way that it is, that program will receive funding from the Navy. So over the past really about 10 or 12 years, it's been all a local program, and it's all based off of numbers and the number of students participating and how it goes. But if you get to a certain point where your numbers are sustained and your numbers are consistent and your programming is consistent, then it makes you eligible to receive true ROTC funding from the Navy there, which also means that we'll have the opportunity for a second instructor. And so we're right there on the cusp of that, and I'm so excited about the work that they are doing. This past weekend, this unit, they competed in a drill and drone meet. And so, of course, everything within the military is changing within the with the technology as well. So a drone and drill meet, ultimately taking home 8 trophies, 3 personal awards, and an invitation to the Area 9 Championship that's held in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. And so Mountain Home came home in 2nd place overall. We had cadets that took home the 1st place in academics, 2nd place in armed regulation drill, 2nd place in armed exhibition drill, 2nd place in athletics, 2nd place in the 16 by 100 relay, third place in new cadet squad, and third place in unarmed exhibition drill. And so they also had individuals that took home medals as well in academics, in the drone competition, in the drone relays, and also in some of the physical fitness sides of it. And so I'm really, proud of this unit and the work that they put in. If you go over after school and you go around there on the backside of the high school and where those practice fields are, you'll see a group of kids, and they're always practicing, they're always drilling, they're always doing something. They're out there every single day, and I'm just so happy to see the hard work that they put into it. Chief Williams does a fantastic job of empowering the kids to put themselves in positions to be successful, and it's definitely a growing program, and one that our community should be proud of.
The ROTC of the past, where it was just bring out the flags during a football game, it's not that anymore.
That's right. They're like I said, they're drilling, they're competing in physical fitness and physical fitness activities. The drone competitions is becoming something that a lot of our kids are gravitating to as well. Mm-hmm. And of course, we know how important the drone technology is to, the military. And that's not going away. That's something that's going to be there. So everything from the coding, the programming, the operating side of that, the maintenance side of that are things that are definitely, they're not only are they tremendous experiences for our kids right now, they are incredible professional opportunities, whether that be through our armed forces, regardless of the unit that they choose, whether that be through armed forces or private businesses or private, because the opportunity will be endless with any kid that has these skill sets.
When is the Veterans Day celebration?
It's tomorrow, 9 a.m.
Where
at our high school there in the gymnasium. So,
in the gym, not
in the gym. Yeah. I believe either one, come in by the bomber and you'll see. We'll point you in the right
folks
direction.
Are headed,
that's right. I could be wrong on that. We've kind of flopped it back and forth, due to COVID and all that. But I'll have to. I don't know exactly which one. I assumed it was in the gym. 9 a.m.
9 a.m.
So that'll be a great opportunity for our veterans to come out if they want to and be honored there. We know that we live in a community in which we have a high number of veterans, and we want to make sure that they get honored. Also, our Pinkston East group, they are serving at the VFW on Tuesday, and so those guys, they always appreciate having students come in there and interact with them, and so they serve a meal there for those at the VFW. And so our students do a great job of honoring. We want to make sure that they understand the freedoms that we get to enjoy today, weren't necessarily free. There's a number of folks and families that paid a cost one way or the other, and so we are going to definitely do our part in honoring them.
And Veterans Day is Friday, and it's not just a one-day thing, and you'll see it happen a lot around here. If someone's wearing a veteran hat or a shirt, you see it all the time. People go up and thank them for their service, and that needs to happen.
That's right.
365. So.
And I do appreciate Coach Airy and Coach Husky. They made it a point to honor our military servicemen and women, along with first responders. I believe it was around the 9/11
right.
Ish time, and so. So you see those things going on within our schools, repetitively, and so it is important. And it's important for our schools to stay engaged in doing that as well.
Yeah, we can't let that be forgotten. So
that's right.
With that, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with Dr. Jake Long in just a moment.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Overhead Door, a garage door company that has been with your family from the beginning, through all the ups and downs of life. From the small repairs to making your vision a reality. Overhead Door, your trusted garage door expert since 1921. Be sure you're getting the genuine, the original overhead door service.
Call Overhead Door Company of North Arkansas today in Mountain Home. Scrap Daddy's Metals is a full-service scrap recycling center accepting your scrap metals for recycling, paying you top dollar for all of your recyclable metals. They even buy cars and catalytic converters. Give them a call today at 870-424-6120 or visit them at 2821 Highway 5 North in Mountain Home.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. Dr. Jake Long, Superintendent of Schools for Mountain Home Public Schools, is with us, and we're talking all things schools.
Yeah, that's right.
Lots of school stuff going on.
That's right. Last month, when I was here, we talked a lot about our we talked a lot about our Wings publication, I think, and within the Wings publication, we highlight our pathways. And so we were also talking about the drones. And so we have applied for 2 new program of studies, which are our pathways, career pathways, and one of them being aviation. And so the local aviation chapter over here at our airport, they've become very involved in being a community partner. Of course, you saw the flyover that happened at the homecoming game. Of course, we had to downgrade from a jet to, I believe, a prop plane there. But regardless, Mr. Gerald Gage, he's done a good job of pushing into our schools and creating, opportunities for us through the association, AOPA, the association to gain additional funding along with some curricular type things for our kids. So we have applied for a new program of study that includes the aviation pathway. And that's not just kids or students getting their pilot's license. That can go a number of ways, and depending on where we find the student interest. Of course, there's foundational aviation courses. There's an aviation, Foundations of Aviation, Aviation 1, and then you can start diving into some of the mechanical portions of it. You can dive into some of the unmanned, the drone technologies within aviation. And so I'm really excited about what that particular pathway has to offer our students in the future. It's definitely a profession and careers that they're not going away. We know that that's definitely here to stay, and I also think it's a potential workforce development plan for us locally that fits within our local economy and something that that will fit, as particularly with some of the growth that is happening out at our airport here. And so I'm really excited about that. We have strong community partnerships. All of our pathways, our best pathways, have very strong community partnerships. Let's take our medical professions, for example. We have a high number of participation within our medical professions health services pathways, and so that pathway is growing and continues to grow because of a strong partnership with our medical community and Baxter Health. And so actually that particular program is being featured at this year's Arkansas School Boards Association's conference here at the beginning of December, because of the avenues that we have with the White Coat program, as well as the Harvard internships and the LPN program that we have in giving our kids, those opportunities.
Somebody had made mention that there might be a dental hygienist portion of that coming on.
Well, actually, one of our another community partner is working on a dental assistant dental assistant pathway off of that. And those jobs are, plentiful. The workforce is needed for those, and it just requires just some tweaking of the program to make it applicable for giving our dental assistants some of that training. And so Dr. Brad Coleman, he's been influential in navigating those and kind of helping us and partnering up with us on that one. The second program of study that I'm really excited about, and one that is definitely needed in our area, is the bringing back of the building trades program. Of course, we know how strong our FFA program is, and within our FFA program, there are some construction, metals working, and some technology, some of those skills being taught through our FFA program. But we have applied for, and we hope to receive, a startup grant for the building trades program. We all know about how lacking that workforce is here in this area, and or I say lacking, we definitely need additional skilled labor folks. So any construction manager that I talk to, they tell me about the need for getting those skilled laborers back into the workforce. And so we have applied for that, and our vision for that, the Board of Education's vision, is to create and start building some of those houses again, like they did with, local people will remember this, the old Vandola program.
Right.
And so, that went away about 20 years ago, I believe. And, for some, specific reasons at the time. But there's no better way of teaching our kids the processes and the skills that are necessary in the construction labor and the building trades other than doing it. And so we have a couple pieces of property that the school district does own there around that are also zoned residential. And so we're going to look and see how we can begin utilizing those properties in a way in which we can build some of those houses. And it's not going to happen overnight, but if it's something we take on for the next 10 or 15 years, then it's something that can definitely be developed, and we're putting kids into those positions to support our local skilled labor. So those are two programs that the board has been very passionate about in kicking off and getting started. And so we'll take those two particular programs along with all of our other secondary programs of study and continue to develop and hone those skills into the K-12 pathways. And so those pathways do extend all the way down to kindergarten through a career awareness and exposure standpoint. And so the model that Mountain Home is developing is not one that has been replicated anywhere. And so we've taken what we were already really good at, which were the Career Academies approach, and developed it and continuing to modify, which our Pathways program will also be highlighted at the annual School Boards Association conference at the 1st of December as well. People are very interested to see what we are doing in the areas of workforce development. I saw where our newly elected governor, one of her point of emphasis is going to be, in that workforce development. And so I think there's some true opportunity to showcase what Mountain Home's been really good at for a number of years. So I'm very excited about that.
It's good to know that they're finally realizing that not every student wants to go on to college.
That's right.
Trade school is a little different. It's a couple years, you get something, get started, but not everybody's cut out to go to a 4-year college.
That's right. And there's a ton of professions and a ton of jobs that are available out there. But most importantly, where Mountain Home differs from any school system that I've ever seen or ever been a part of is the sheer number of opportunities that our kids have, no matter what the interest is. I mean, you think about what we've already talked about in such a short amount of time here this morning. We talked about NJR, ROTC, and all the areas that they're, aiming for. We talked about medical sciences, health sciences, building trades, FFA, aviation. And so getting that kind of exposure at the 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th grade levels is pretty important. And really that senior year continues to look, very different than it did, for you or I. The majority of my time as a senior was spent, on campus, and we were there. Our seniors, our senior year is different because these kids are plugged in to the end of each of those pathways, which are apprenticeships, internships. They could be the college, secondary, the tech center out here. Mm-hmm. It could be, if they are headed on to a 4-year college, it is college credit courses. There's AP courses for those that want the higher level achieving areas. And then there's also work related. And so we have work study. So, many of our students, seniors come to school for one block, and then they go out and they participate in, a job, and they take a job. And some of it's, necessary, and some of it's professional training in the works there. So, so I mentioned our students going to, or us getting our pathways highlighted at the school boards conference. About a month ago, we had a group of 5 or 6 students that sat and they visited with Stetson Painter, Scott Filippo. I think Miss Nelda Speaks was also there. And so the students and what they wanted to talk about and what the legislators wanted to hear is, how are you being prepared for what's in the future. And so we had everything from the medical interns with students that were headed to med school. We had a young lady that is going to be participating in the LPN program after the first of the year. We had a student that had started their own business already, and so they're how that the pathway and our business and communications pathways had helped her doing that. We had a student that's headed out on the pipeline to weld after they get done, and then we had a student that is taking like 6 AP courses and 12 college credits, in one semester. So being able to see that diversity and our legislators hear of all those things that's going on was important, and then it's going to be even more important to highlight and showcase our kids to other school board members around the state here in the upcoming months. So
with that, we'll take our next break. You're watching The Morning Show on XL7-TV.
At Letty's Mexican Restaurant, we are here to keep you safe during these difficult times, as well as serve you the best Mexican food in the area. That's why we've installed a convenient pickup window for all your to-go and pickup orders, as well as a covered outdoor seating area. Give us a call at 870-435-2532 to order your next meal. And don't forget, Letty's also provides catering for small parties or big events. Experience the best in Mexican cuisine. Letty's in Gassville. Close to Lake Norfolk and a short journey to Jordan County Line Liquor is your destination for all your refreshment needs. They offer the widest variety of all your wines, beers, and liquors with the cleanest atmosphere and the largest selection in the area. Not sure what to get? Ask Jordan County Line Liquor's friendly and knowledgeable staff for an expert recommendation you can't go wrong with. Also, don't forget about the Smoker's Den for all your smoking and accessory needs. That's Jordan County Line Liquor, close to Lake Norfolk, located on Highway 177 in Jordan, Arkansas.
Well, folks, have you been trout fishing before?
Not since I was a little kid.
You'll do fine.
Hey, what are you doing?
Aren't you coming along?
See you downriver.
How do you start this motor? I've never been in a boat before.
See you downriver.
Well, folks, have you sold a house before?
Yeah, about 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you'll be okay then.
You sure?
Where are you going?
See you at the closing.
Hey!
At the closing.
We should have called the Z-Team.
It's a matter of taste, and at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home, delicious taste is all you will find. Enjoy signature crafted pizzas and appetizers, as well as oven-baked sandwiches, quesadillas, salads, pastas, and desserts. When it comes time to relax or meet up with friends, Brick Oven Pizza has you covered. Handmade cocktails and ice-cold beer are always available at their fully stocked bar. No time to dine in? No problem. Call in your order and use Brick Oven's convenient drive-thru window for all your to-go orders. It's a matter of taste at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home.
Have you ever?
Welcome back to The Morning Show. If you just joined us, Dr. Jake Long is here with us this morning. We're talking all things Mountain Home Public Schools, and there's just so much going on.
Yeah, and I'm always excited to talk about all the different programs that we have available for students. But and I probably, of course, all those things kind of come to fruition, at our students' later years in school. But I'd be amiss if I didn't spend some time talking about how much effort is being put into, teaching our kids to read. And so we're seeing really a higher level of needs when it comes, and I'm not going to say deficiencies, because we all learn to read at some point. And but due to we can chalk it up to technology, we can chalk it up to a number of things, but our kids, it seems are not reading at the levels as early as what they did whenever we sat on the lap of our parents, and our parents sat there and read to us, and we had books, and all we had to do was open up a book to really get our minds engaged in creative thought and imagination and all this. And so the days where that's all that our families at home have are over. I mean, we know that. I mean, there's TV, there's cell phones, there's iPads, there's gaming, there's activities galore for our kids to participate in. And so we have really focused in on meeting those reading needs of our students. And guys, this is an upward, this is a steep hill to climb here as well. And we're going to be calling on the community to help us through mentoring. And, I had one of our veteran teachers tell me the other day, and she was talking about some of the differing. And when I say levels, I mean, there's different levels within each classroom. I mean, we have students in a first grade classroom, some of them reading on a fifth grade level, and then some of them reading, on a early childhood level. And so, meeting the needs of those different leveled learners continues to be one of the greatest challenge in the teaching professions, because it's no longer one of those things where we can just walk into a classroom and teach to a middle level, because the truth is we're going to be leaving students out on both ends. Mm-hmm. We're not going to be challenging those students that need the enrichment, that need to be pushed harder or move forward. And we're not going to be meeting the needs of our students that might not be, that might not be at a level in which they can even engage in that learning. So I truly believe that that's one of the greatest challenges that our teachers and our educators and our school systems have in the future. And when I say future, I've learned I can't really look beyond the next 3 to 5 years. I mean, it's so hard, things are changing so rapidly. But for the next 3 to 5 years, we're going to have to be really good at differentiating instruction to each individual classrooms. And one of the strategies that I feel like that we can differentiate that instruction is by utilizing our community to come in and help us with that. Because whether it be for interventions for students that may not be on grade level, or it might be for extensions and enrichments for students that are above grade level. And so we have an incredible amount of data on each of our children in understanding where each child is at any point in time. The Board of Education and I had the opportunity to push into Nelson Wilkes Herron for what is called their student success team meetings. And what that basically looks like is it's a team of teachers that come together about once a quarter, and they literally comb through the data of every single child. And I'm actually going to be talking on this specific point today at the state accountability meeting from the Department of Education. They asked me to come down and talk about what we're doing to meet each individual child's needs. And so those student success team meetings focus in on each child's specifics of each of the components of both grade level reading, grade level math, and then our teachers are able to focus in instruction for each one of our children. But there are definitely challenges that come with that kind of knowledge, because number one, if a teacher knows that a child needs something and they're not able to give them what they need, that is just a constant tear and wear on that teacher. But they may not be able to give them what they need because, once again, if they've got 20 students in the classroom and 5 of them need enriched, 5 of them need intervention, the mid-level just needs instruction, it truly is a balancing act in trying to meet all those different needs. And so we are going to be calling on the community for help, volunteers. I started to tell this story, but I had I think I got I interrupted my own train of thought. Nobody else interrupted me. But I had a veteran teacher tell me, said, Jake, the only way that we can increase our reading levels is by our students reading more. And I was like, that's true. I mean, how do you get better at shooting free throws? You shoot more free throws. How do you get better at kicking field goals? You kick more field goals. And so the only way is through that repetitive act. And if our if we're not reading as much at home, number one, that would be the first thing that I would encourage any grandparent, parent, Sunday school teacher, anyone that has access to kids, is put everything away and sit down and open up a book and let's read. And so that would be the first thing I suggest. And so the second thing is, how can we bring in and how can we utilize volunteers from our community, folks that have the heart, that want to be on a mission to help a student read, and we're going to be inviting them in to push into our classrooms. And so whenever you see the public, whenever you see that invitation come, it is a sincere invitation with much need behind it. And I think I heard you mention the Literacy Council. The Literacy Council does some really tremendous work. A lot of times they focus on, adult literacy. A lot of times they focus on meeting the dyslexic needs. But really, some of these things that we're seeing, aren't in either one of those categories. And so, I talked about the pathways. And I talked about the reading focus, and that's truly where we are putting Mountain Home Public Schools. Is we're putting all our eggs in those baskets, and really trying to lift them up.
We find ourselves living in an instant world.
That's right.
Everything needs instant gratification. How do we convince the students to put the iPhones down, the iPads down, the MacBooks, put those down and grab an old-fashioned book?
Yeah, I don't know that we're going to do that. However, I talk to our librarians all the time, and whenever students read, they want a book still. They want a book. I think as much as anything, and
what I meant by that, Dr. Long, was it's easy for me to I want to do research on Abraham Lincoln. Instead of picking up a history book, I pick up my iPad and punch in Abraham Lincoln and let somebody read it to me.
Well, the truth is, those days probably are never, coming
never
back.
going to disappear.
We're never going to go back to the encyclopedias whenever we have Wikipedia, and we can, type in there, and so really, I think a lot of our issues, and I'm guilty to it. I mean, I got 2 little boys. A lot of our issues are us as parents, being so consumed with all of this that we're not putting that amount of time into the early literacy, focus. And so I think that's a big, there's got to be a balance there, and engagement, from, parents, grandparents, like I said, Sunday school teachers, community members, anybody that's, dealing with kids on bringing that to it, because everything is, no matter what kind of career advances, no matter what kind of technology advances, everything still hinges on, those foundational reading elements. Mm-hmm. And then you get those established, and you can go as many different ways as you want, and in whatever levels. Truth of the matter is, I do not love to read for pleasure. I don't. I mean, I read for information and I read for scripture. Outside of that, I don't love to read. And so we understand that all students are not going to love to read, but we need to make sure that all students have the skill sets that they need to do whatever they want to do. And that's really kind of where our focus comes into. And that's where, we're going to be spending the vast majority of our time and energy in the next 3 to 5 years of really building that up. They were also priorities within, our newly elected governor's plan for education. And so I definitely think Mountain Home Public Schools is already a step ahead of the game there for anything that might come down from the state level.
The veterans presentation will be?
Veterans presentation tomorrow, 9 a.m. At our high school campus. Follow the signs, follow the crowd. I can't tell you exactly which way it is because I have I've let it slip from me. Of course, there is a fall festival tomorrow night at Nelson Wilkes Heron. I asked Miss Judy Lawrence, who is our principal there, I asked her if she wanted me to invite the public, and she said, of course. So she said it is a fundraiser, but it's also a night for our families to have good activities, good clean family fun for our kids. And that's one thing that I've noticed this school year is the public, our parents are itching to get into our schools, and so we just loved the community engagement we've gotten so far.
Open up the doors.
That's right. They're there.
With that, we're going to wrap things up. You've been watching The Morning Show on XL7-TV. We'll see you tomorrow.